You are listening to Love, Light, Lonnie, the podcast. I'm Lonnie Nishiyama, and join me as we discover the gifts that live within all of us and how these gifts bring us together to love, help others, inspire, and of course, vibrate higher. Welcome to Love, Light, Lonnie. Hi, y'all. I don't know why I said that. I'm not from the South, but I said it, so there you go. I am Lonnie, and welcome to Love Light Lonnie. I am super excited to talk to you today about how amazingly imperfect I am. I have a story for all of you because, well, I'm doing this alone today, solo. So hopefully you stick around for the story. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I would not be offended, and I probably would never know. So do whatever you need to do. But I recently encountered an issue with scheduling with my husband and preschool. And there was this awesome, amazing performance at our kids' preschool. My kids are 3 and 2, so they're not twins, but they're almost twins. And they go to the same preschool. They were having a Father's Day performance where they were doing 2 songs, and it literally took probably 5 minutes. And I was supposed to send my husband there at 11 a.m., but because all of the other events were at 11:30 in my mind, I thought 11:30 was the time. So I sent my husband to school at the wrong time on Father's Day. He missed the performance. My kids ended up being 2 of the 6 kids left on a bench with a teacher waiting outside for their dad to show up. And I felt horrible, literally like crap. So I had a moment where I freaked out. I called my husband. I apologized. I don't even know what I was apologizing for because he could have easily opened the email and saw the right time as well. But I put that pressure on myself. And then I started to cry. I'm like, why am I crying? I just started remembering like my own childhood when I was 8 years old and I was in a play and my parents were late or they couldn't make it to my performance or something that I won or an accolade. So I think I started to go into my inner child issues with this one and felt really horrible. But then I soon realized my kids are loved. Okay, we missed a performance, 1 out of 100,000 of them, but we missed one and I do feel bad. But when my husband showed up, he showed them all the love in the world. He took them out to lunch. He brought them home, put them down for their naps. So they felt very fulfilled and happy that daddy was home early from work that day. And I was the only one suffering. I realized if I changed my energy and I was like, hey, I screwed up. I'm not perfect. And mommies and daddies do sometimes make mistakes. I hope that you understand that as children and you still love us and accept us the way we are. And at the end of the day, I'm realizing my kids are teaching me to accept myself the way I am and that I don't have to be perfect. And actually, by teaching them that I'm not perfect, they will feel like they don't have to be perfect. So growing up, I always felt like I had to have the best grades and I had to win everything and I had to be the best at everything, even though I wasn't. You should have seen me playing volleyball. It was like so sad, but I really tried. And I always wanted to be the best at everything and I couldn't. And I would just beat myself up. But I don't want my kids to grow up being in that same scenario of I need to be perfect. I have to make sure my parents love me. Even though my parents loved me, they did not expect me to be perfect. They weren't perfect, but I put that pressure on myself. I don't want that pressure on my children. So now I'm showing them that me being me, super uncool and super imperfect, is amazing. And when my kids grow up, and as they grow up, they will make mistakes in their lives like we all do as human beings. And they will realize that these mistakes don't define them. These mistakes are just part of life, and no one's perfect. And to keep going because you can still accomplish and do amazing things in life without feeling that pressure of being perfect to society, to your family, to your friends, whoever it may be. And I've never felt that more than right now in society and with my children. And all of us basically in social media and in the world being more open and more honest about who we are. Did I make a mistake? Yes. Do I feel bad about it still? A little bit. But I'm doing the best that I can. And my kids know that mom not being perfect is actually a good thing because I'm showing them that they can live their lives to the fullest without feeling this pressure. And I also reflected on that a bit because I want them to do well in school and I want them to be an athlete and I want them to perform and I want all these things for my kids because you want the best for your kids and you always want for your kids what you didn't have. And I want that for my children. But then I'm also realizing that that's not what we're supposed to be teaching them. We're supposed to teach them that it's okay to be imperfect, but how can you learn from this? How can you fix it? And I made a mistake of my timing with my children and my family. And so next time I will schedule things better, but I may still make a mistake and I'm not going to beat myself up over it or cry about it because at the end of the day, I love my children. They love me. They know they're loved. I do my best to try to provide a loving home for them. And if they ever feel like they're not being loved, I hope that they have the strength and confidence to come and talk to me about it. When kids grow up and they feel unloved or unhappy or not, don't feel like they're meeting to the expectations of their parents, as my children, I'd want them to come and tell me that. I'd want them to say, "Hey, mom, I screwed up on this test. I didn't want to tell you about it, but I don't want to lie, but I hope you aren't mad at me." And I would never be mad at my children for screwing something up in life. Like, who cares? And so what? You get a B or a C or even an F on a test. It doesn't define who you are. Like, it will not define who you are. And the whole point of me even talking about this topic is also because I put pressure on myself still to this day to be a certain way when I don't need to be. I want to be the best wife. I want to be the best when I work out. I want to be the best when I like I don't know. When I'm like putting on my clothes, I'm like, did I wear the best blue shirt ever? Like, who cares? At the end of the day, when my body is gone and whatever, am I going to be caring about that? No, I'm going to care about all the people I love, all the people that I had great memories with, all of the amazing times that I spent appreciating my loved ones. So I'm not going to care about these little imperfections that I have, and I'm not going to overthink or dwell on it because my biggest thing, especially as a Pisces, and I'm a Taurus moon and a Libra rising, but all I do is think, 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 and it's like, like they say, analysis paralysis. That is so real. I feel like so paralyzed sometimes because I'm analyzing everything I did, everything I said, everything I wore that day, and I don't even care. And like none of us really should care that much, you know? Of course, I wake up in the morning and I want to put my makeup on and I want to have my cute outfit, but it doesn't make me who I am. I'm still me. And I read this really cool quote. I'm going to grab my phone because I'm going to screw it up probably. But this morning when I was on Instagram, I know, Instagram, it was basically the quote said, if you have everyone liking you, you're probably wearing a mask or you're not being your authentic self. And those people who move mountains and change things actually kind of piss people off. So I'm not trying to piss people off, but I want to be myself. And I know that if I'm just pleasing everyone, that I'm not moving any mountains. I'm not changing anything in my life, my kids' lives, or that for the future of humanity. So it's okay to be you. It's okay to make people mad. It's okay for people not to agree with you. And actually, that's a good thing. I love hearing other people's perspectives because maybe that's a perspective I didn't have. Whether I agree with it or not, I am welcome to or I am open to hearing all of it. And I mean, I may get a little mad and get in my car and be like, ah, but I'll get over it because I know it's supposed to teach me something, and not everyone can be on the same page, but that's the whole point. We're supposed to all teach each other things, good and bad. You could have a best friend who backstabbed you, but that taught you a lesson in how to approach a friendship, how to end a friendship, or maybe that person was just so hurt that they took it out on you and that taught you something in life. So I know every relationship, good and bad, is there for a reason. And I know that, you know, the gifts we get from the universe, from the other side, our ancestors, everyone. The main message I always hear is about love. Here I go again in my woo woo world of love. But I really, really believe in love. And if we can come from a place of just love and light, then I think we could have world peace. Whoever thought that we would have world peace one day? No one. And actually, we still don't have it. But at least we're talking about it and we're thinking about it. It's not just Gandhi and Mother Teresa talking about it, it's everybody. And I know that the internet has been really crazy for us and it's brought in good and bad things. But I think that the internet has been amazing in connecting the entire world together because we live so separately and we live very far distances apart. And now with the internet, we can connect on same ideas, different ideas, collaborate, inspire each other, learn and grow. And we should all take that in and appreciate it and not just knock it down. There's going to be a good and bad balance to everything because this is not from me. This is from another very spiritual person I know. But everything is energy and everything is balance. And as a Libra rising, I know everything is balance. So we're going to have, you know, um, someone going through a really hard time, there has to be something good that comes in that helps to balance them. It may shake their world up a bit and it may make it really scary for them at times. But at the end of the day, they are going to be balanced people because that's what the universe does. When there's something like this, they're going to go like this because they want it to balance. It's just energy. We're made of energy. We're cells. We're molecules full of energy. And, thoughts are energy. Everything is energy. And so if we can just balance the energy, which is what the universe wants, we usually can find the silver lining, the beauty out of it, the lesson out of it. And I think that's all we're moving towards. So that was a quick 10 minutes, I hope, that one of you stayed around and listened to that. And if not, it's okay. I just thought that I should put something out there right now where I'm just giving you my thoughts and like kind of my solo viewpoint on life and as it's happening right now, because I think there's a huge shift happening in the world right now and you can feel it. Like energetically, everyone is going through something. Everyone is moving. Everyone is shifting. Everyone's changing jobs. There's so many changes happening. And it's, yes, COVID shook things up, but I think it's just the universe and the world telling us that it's time. And I'm looking forward to all these shakeups and learning from them. And I just send all of you guys a lot of love. Hope you love yourselves. Hope you forgive yourselves. And yeah, because we're not perfect. And I never will be. I know that learning to love myself is also learning to love my imperfections. And I honor that. So I wish that for all of you. I hope you have the most fabulous week. And I'll be back soon with an amazing guest. I can't wait. Have a beautiful day.